What's up, YouTube? Just wanted to make this short review about One Piece. Alright, this review is going to be about my 5, who I personally think are the 5 strongest characters in One Piece at this moment in time. A lot of people might not let's say, agree with my points. I will give my points and views about who I think is the strongest, and I think a lot of them are going to spark a lot of controversy from maybe first to the last, to be honest. Alright, here we go. First person going to be in the list as the strongest in my eyes, my point of view, is Monkey D. Dragon. Simply the fact of that his father is the legendary Vice Admiral Garp, the one that went toe to toe with Gol D. Rogers and survived. Supposed to have some legendary strength, as you can see so far in One Piece series. I would say, I don't know, I think he's stronger than the Admirals though. Luffy, you can see Luffy's getting pretty strong as well, so there's no doubt in the middle that if his father had to be strong, as you see, I think it was Logtown, anyway, I can't really recall, that when Dragon came to save Luffy, I would assume it's Dragon's power, that thunderbolt that hit Buggy was Dragon's, and the mist, the wind, green wind that blew everybody away. And a good way I've noticed on One Piece to judge people's powers are by the area capacity that it takes up. And for the looks of it, that Dragon, when he done his wind, it looked like it took up the whole capacity of the old island. And to be honest, I don't even think it was trying. And that was prior to time skip, so I'm assuming he got a lot stronger. Plus, he's got the most bounty on his head. I know bounty is not how strong you are, it's the threat of you to the government. But it does have an indication of how strong you are as well. Because somebody weak like, let's say, Buggy is really, even if he was a threat to the government, I doubt Buggy would ever become a threat to the government like that as the standards of Dragon, because he's not strong enough to become that much of a threat. The stronger you are, and the more problems you can cause the government because of such and such a thing you do, you're only going to, let's say, the people that follows you needs to believe that you're somebody powerful, somebody that can hold his own against the government if you're going to fuck with the government at the end of the day. Somebody powerful, somebody smart, because they're not going to follow a weak leader at the end of the day to trouble the government. But that's my views of why Dragon is number 1 anyway. Number 2, I'm going to give this to Shanks. Red-haired Shanks. Guard Eye Shanks. Because Shanks stopped the war on his own. Single-handedly, I would say. Just came. And to be honest, yeah, I don't think Marineford could have handled the next Yonko jumping in there and obliterating the rest of their forces. And on top of that, Mihawk walked away, and that's a strong ally to the government that just turned its back on them at that point in time. So I don't think they would have fought. The reason being I give for Shanks is now that he stopped the government, stopped the war. He has incredibly strong haki as shown. I think he's showcased the strongest haki so far. In my opinion, he's showcased the strongest haki so far in the series. He stopped Akino's punch with just relative ease. Akaiji's punch with relatively ease. And yeah, that's the reason I give for Shanks. And plus he was at some stage I would say he must have been somewhere near on par with Mihawk, since them two used to have continuous duels until Shanks lost his arm because he saved Luffy. But yeah, that's the reason I give for Shanks, because of unbelievable haki and because he stopped the war. And nobody's really showcased such haki. And you have to admit, the admirals looked a bit really pissed off and scared when Shanks arrived. So yeah. Number 3, a lot of people's not going to agree with this one, but I'm going to go with Dracula Mihawk. Because I'm a Zoro fanboy, and I like Mihawk, I like him a lot. It's not the reason I'm giving him third position. The reason I'm giving him third position is because I look at it carefully. I read between the lines. And Mihawk says something when he faced Zoro, he said something along the lines of he wants to face him in a new role in the strongest form. I'm assuming Mihawk is holding back quite a bit of power, maybe some sort of hidden form or something like that. Mihawk at Marineford now, he pretty much destroyed whoever he came up against with relative ease. Like somebody like Jinbei, he destroyed with relative ease. Who else? Number one, he destroyed with tremendous ease. Luffy, he would have killed Luffy if people never interfered. As Vista and Crocodile was the only two people that you didn't really see what happened in the fights between them. But I'm assuming that Dracula could destroy them with relative ease. And as I said before, him and Shanks used to fight each other, well, have duels consistently until Shanks lost his arm. And you could see Mihawk already. He said he was testing the range between him and Whitebeard, but it shows that Mihawk has no fear in anybody. No fear. Bo Hancock said as well that when you look into his eyes, most people fear him. That's an indication, I would say, of how strong he is as well. Because I'm assuming Bo Hancock is OP as well. And I think Mihawk could have Bo Hancock. And I do think Mihawk is above Admiral level, if not Yonko level. So, yes, I would have to say Mihawk takes third spot, in my opinion, of course. Because in Marineford, it don't even look like he even tried that much. Don't even look like he even tried very, very hard, to be honest. It looked like he was playing around with most of the people, especially Luffy. Okay, fourth place now. I would go for... It's a hard one. But I don't even know who to give this one to be honest. But I'm going to go with the rest. No, who would I go with first, actually? I'm going to go with the rest of the Yonkos, to be honest. Like Kaido and Big Mama. No, scratch that actually. Fourth, I'm going to give to Blackbeard. Simply the fact of, I know he hasn't learned how to control his powers yet. I know he knows how to control one of his powers, but I don't think he knows how to control Whitebeard's powers. Post-time skip anyway. Pre-time skip, he most probably knows how to control it quite a bit. But he was scared of Shanks post-time skip, that's why I'm putting him weaker than Shanks. He said he wasn't ready to fight Shanks and his crew yet. So that's a good indication that Blackbeard thinks he's weaker than Shanks. From he's weaker than Shanks, I'm assuming he's weaker than Mihawk. Blackbeard, yes, with the two powers, I think he can cause the other. Because we've never seen an indication of how strong the other Yonkos are, so we can't really. That's why I haven't put them ahead of any of the other four that I've named in the any of the four so far that I've named in the list, because they haven't showcased anything impressive yet. But we all know they're overpowered. But I'll put him there just because of his fruits ability, and now he's got a tremendously strong fruits ability. So he's got two pretty overpowered fruits ability now, and he's assembling a pretty strong crew at that. And you can see he's going to be a main enemy, and it shows that he can take a tremendous amount of pain as well, considering he survived that attack from Whitebeard, and Whitebeard was not playing around. Yeah, so that's why I give it to Blackbeard. And fifth spot, the final, I'll give it to the rest of the Yonkos, Kaido and Big Mama, because they have not showcased nothing that I've seen yet. And I heard when Shanks was late to Marineford because he was fighting Kaido, I think it was. I'm not too sure about that, but that's what I heard. And I'm assuming Shanks is not going to lose to Kaido or any other of the big bad four anyway. Well, right now anyway, the new big bad four. the new Yonkos. Kaido and Big Mom are put on the same level because I don't know nothing about them. I know they're overpowered, but I'm not going to put them overpowered more than the others yet because they have not to showcase anything to impress me to think they're more overpowered than the others. But in the future, the list definitely is going to change, I'm assuming. But at the end of the day, this is my opinion. I would like to know your opinion. Comment, rate, subscribe. If you watch this video, thank you very much. Comment, rate, subscribe again. I'd like to know your strongest 5 as well. Who you think the strongest 5 characters, or even the strongest character, or the strongest 3 characters in One Piece at this general moment in time. Or your weakest 3 characters in One Piece at this general moment in time. So thank you for watching this video.